Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Friday Junior. Hey guys, it is Jan here. How are ya? How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing good. Just wanted to get on here a little bit before I hit the road. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about electrolytes. Are they important? Are they worth it? Gonna give you a few things, good, bad, and why our body needs electrolytes. Okay, guys. Now, when I'm talking about electrolytes, I'm talking about some different things. So listen up, and I'm going to tune you in on this. Okay, guys. If you're getting on here and you're catching a red live up in the corner, please just type live in the comments. That means that I am on here with you live. And if you type live in the comments, I can tell you hello. And also, let me know where you're watching from if you'd like to, okay? And if you're catching me later on, Facebook likes to replay these out. It'll say was live up there. You're just catching the replay, and that's great too, okay? Take some time, listen in, learn about electrolytes and what they do for our body, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what we use and why we use what we use, okay? You can type replay in the comments if you're catching me when it says was live, and let me know where you're watching from. As I said before, my name's Jan. I live in Southeast Nebraska, and I love sharing everything I can about a more natural type lifestyle. We do a low carb, we count net carbs in our lives, and I have a group where I explain a lot of these types of things, okay? That group is another page on Facebook. It is called Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, and I share recipes and just the gamut. Anything I can, I do a lot of digging, watching others, following people, doctors and different things like that. And that's kind of where I learned about electrolytes. So I'm going to share some things with you guys. So if you'd like to be in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, I would love it if you would drop group in the comments. I'll leave you a link. You can tap that link, get over there and request to join. I'll approve you. Or you can go to the Facebook search bar up above. Hi, Jane. In that Facebook search bar, you're just going to type in Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave. It's a yellow and blue banner, and you can request to join there, and I'll get you in. So, like I said, I didn't used to think too much about electrolytes. What I knew about electrolytes before I started all this was the commercials that you see, several products out there that are promoted to be really healthy for you, replenish your electrolytes, blah, 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 blah. And they pay a lot of dollars to get those things on there. But if you really read the ingredients, not always are they up to snuff with what I now call electrolytes, okay? So let's talk about it. What are electrolytes, okay? Number one, they are minerals that our bodies desperately need. Minerals like sodium. Now, when I'm talking sodium, guys, I'm talking raw sodium. I'm not talking sodium chloride, like in the blue shaker bottle called salt. Yes, it's sodium, but that's not the sodium that's in electrolytes, okay? So you're wanting some sodium, potassium is another good one. I'm going to pick this up and just kind of read this. Phosphorus is a good one. Magnesium, which, there's a lot of different ones. And, those are trace minerals, okay? And those minerals are very important to our body. So, guys, we don't get enough of them just from our diet. So, or a lot of times we don't. I'm not going to say you don't, okay? But what happens if we get low on electrolytes, okay? Now, a lot of times we think about needing electrolytes in the summertime when we're sweating and doing a lot of things like that, okay? Which is true, but what happens when you get low on electrolytes is you become tired. You can be really foggy in the brain. Leg cramps, okay? You see the guys, the professional athletes out there getting leg cramps, and what do with them? They shove them full of electrolytes, okay? So, when we shifted to our low carb diet, I could see that I was needing something, okay? So that's when I went into looking for electrolytes. I'm not gonna lie, I used to buy the bottled sugary stuff, and really, if you look at the ingredients on those, they're not great, okay? So, like I was saying, what happens if we don't have enough electrolytes? Dizzy, lightheaded, those types of things. These can happen, especially, like I said, when you're eating low carb, keto, those types of things, that all comes in. Working hard, sweating, okay, there's the professional athletes. Something else too is if you drink a lot of water, but you still feel those effects, you probably need to add some electrolytes into you, okay? Now, so let's talk about that. What happens when you do add in a good electrolyte, okay? You're gonna get, you could get better energy. It actually helps with your cravings, because what happens is when you're, hey, good morning, Julie. What happens is when your body's out of whack with all those minerals and stuff like that, your body's craving something, and oftentimes we turn that craving for, whether it be a mineral or something like that, into a craving for food. Okay, so you might have less cravings, less muscle cramps. Your brain's going to work right. Okay, you kind of lose that I'm dragging my butt through the day feeling. Okay, so that's a big thing that we do now. I am packing up, I'm getting ready to travel, and I always travel with my electrolytes, okay? So how do we get those electrolytes back in our body? Well, there are several different ways, okay? Pink salt, guys, I talk about this all the time. Sea salts, things like that. The pink Himalayan salt, all those are very high in trace minerals, okay? They're a great thing. If you don't use a sea salt that has lots and lots of those things in it, then you're missing out, okay? Because that's a great source. The foods we eat, okay? Now, my mom she always had low potassium, and they told her to eat bananas. Did you know avocados are high in potassium too? Okay, so find the things that are high in those minerals and get them in, okay? So leafy greens are good for magnesium, stuff like that. Now, another great way to get those in is to supplement, okay? And that's what we do. Dave works hard. He's on his feet all day long in a factory, and he does carry these with him. I actually have my son now not buying the junk from the store, the convenience stores, and he's using a quality electrolyte because he's out in the heat all the summer, okay? So that's a great way that you want to do it. Now, people ask me a lot, what's a good electrolyte? Okay, so I'm going to tell you what we use, what we have used, and things to watch for, okay? So, one of our favorites, guys, is Ultima. Okay, they come in a lot of different flavors. This one is pink lemonade. They put out a summer one that is strawberry margarita. This happens to be my favorite at this time. And like I said, they are, there's calcium, potassium, vitamin C, phosphorus, magnesium, zinc, manganese, and chloride all in this. 0 carbohydrates. There's some sodium in it. It's up above. And stuff like that. No added sugars, nothing like that. Okay? So this is one that I do love. Now, what I'm going to be doing, guys, right now, hey, Cindy, is since I'm taking them on the road, they have these great little packets. Now, the pink lemonade, like I said, I'm going to throw some of those in because I do love them. But I like to mix things up. So guys, if you're traveling, like I'm going to be flying today. So what do? Baggies. Okay. These little baggies, I just private messaged you, ask you about this. I should have watched this first. Okay. Well, I'll get to that private message soon. Okay, Cindy. So like I said, these are really good. So I always just, and if you take this, they're going to confiscate it. as you go through TSA. But I don't know what it is. I've had really, really good luck. Now I should have shaken this just a little bit here before. Okay, so shake them up, get them mixed up good. It loosens them up. They do settle out, so I do shake them from time to time. Okay, a scoop in this baggie. And guys, these baggies, I throw them out, I claim them. I do it with all my supplements, okay? Even my ones that we use every single day. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, TSA doesn't, I guess they don't worry about these types of things. So this goes with me. The travel pouches are really nice. They are more pricey, okay? So I can buy a whole lot of these little bitty baggies for the price of those little travel ones. So that's what I do, okay? Now, Ultima is only one brand out there. I know there's tons and tons of brands out there. The biggest thing that you want to get is a balanced amount of minerals. You know, focusing on some really good ones, you know, like I said in here, potassium, magnesium, zinc, and sodium. Those types of things are all really good. You don't want one that is just sodium, too much salt, okay? So, like I was saying, I gotta put one more in here. I get off track. It's a squirrel moment for me. So I'm gonna put some more in here. And I do carry these with me because when I'm traveling, especially, I don't always get a great balanced diet. Hey, Jewel. Hey, Debbie. I don't always get a great balanced diet. So I go prepared, and that's a good thing. So like I was saying, when you're looking, Dr. Berg, if you're looking for good information on electrolytes too, Dr. Berg does a lot of YouTube videos, stuff like that. He actually does have a really, really great electrolyte mix. It's a powder just like this. Hey, Jewel, thanks for sharing. Hi, Rita. Dr. Berg has some. He doesn't have the variety of flavors. And Dave's a little picky. If he watches this, I'm sorry, Dave, but you're a little picky. So he does have a great line of stuff too. Now, I see some other ones like Liquid IV and some of those. And when I've looked at the ingredients of the Liquid IV in particular, I'm not picking on them. I'm just saying we have to read the ingredients, guys, because read this label, because I think they have sugar in them. So if you're a diabetic, and really honestly, guys, even if you're not diabetic, you don't want the blood sugar spike from a whole bunch of added sugar, okay? So it's important to know what's in them. Read the ingredients. This one actually says magnesium, potassium, malic acid, calcium, potassium, natural lime and strawberry flavors, calcium ascorbate, salt. I can't pronounce that. There we go. It's organic stevia leaf extract. I don't know how you say the scientific word for stevia, but anyway. Beet juice in here for color, so there's no artificial colors. Zinc and manganese, okay, guys? So it's important to read these. There's no salt in these, okay? So, like I was saying, you want to get something that's a variety of different things, different minerals, okay? I also use this, guys. This is part of our duos that we use every single day. It does have some electrolytes in it too. So oftentimes you'll see me sipping on this after I've been out working hard and stuff like that. But there again, you know, I don't miss a day taking these, guys. If you need some information on the duos, because you know, like I was saying, there's a lot of goodness in these, not just for physical health, but for mental health too. If you need some information on the duos that we use daily, put duos in the comments and I'll get back to you with that. But this is all I do, guys. I get ready to travel. I make sure I've got my list. I think my hubby's home. I make sure I've got my list of things that I need to pack. I get my bag full of my supplements, and that includes, you know, the electrolytes and all the things that I take daily. And then I get ready to head out. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, guys. Electrolytes are super duper important because oftentimes, especially if you're eating foods that maybe aren't whole foods or they've been sprayed or something like that, you want to make sure that you're getting those essential minerals so that your brain functions right, your heart functions right, your whole body functions right, okay? So, like I was saying, if you're feeling kind of run down and you're not really sure why, try adding some electrolytes to your day, okay? I can't underestimate, I can't stress enough how important they are. So, guys, that's all I have for today. If anybody else out there has a great electrolyte that they use, you can drop it in the comments. If you're curious about one, private message me a picture of the ingredients. And I don't want to see this label. I want to see this with the ingredients and everything. That's the most important part of the label. This doesn't mean too much, okay? This is the important part. So, like I was saying, guys, I am packed up, taking all the essentials with me, and definitely electrolytes are an essential. Now, where can you get these, you might ask? You can get them about anywhere. I order these from Amazon. I order them from Dr. Berg's. I order directly from him. He has a great line of stuff. I order from Thrive Market, but you have to be a member to order from there. But you can get them a lot of different places. I would just do a quick Google search of Ultima or Dr. Berg or whatever you want to look for, and find out where you can buy it. I do believe these are available in some stores too, so you might be able to find it in a store somewhere too. So anyway, I got to get on out of here, but I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. Enjoy it. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you need to be in my group, Diabetic Eats with Jan and Dave, drop group in the comments. If you need info about those wonderful duos that have saved and changed our lives, drop duos in the comments. I'll get back to you on that too. And I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. Enjoy your day, guys. Smile. Pass that smile on. We'll chat with y'all later. Bye.